Tap in, tap in, tap in. It's your boy Blueski, 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 Joe Blueski. You already know what it is, man. We got three iconic figures, man. Three iconic figures. One from the Mexican Mafia, Rene Enriquez. One from the Crips, Monster Kody. And one from the rap gang, Tupac Shakur. And you say, what do all these people have in common? Well, we're going to unravel this thing right now. Let's get right into it. Come on, man. Let's do this. Joe Blue.
Name's Rene Enriquez. Welcome to Uncensored. You know, we're going to continue with the Past the Wire series, but I think a little preamble is necessary here because this is not a wiretap call. This is a consensual call between two individuals, one of whom I know personally, but it's along the same theme. And I found it very interesting because they discuss a topic that was perfected by the Mexican Mafia a couple of years ago. But their idea is to take it a step further into organizing and becoming a political wing or a political action committee. And it's just a fascinating conversation between one individual I knew and another one who's very famous. The call is between Tupac Shakur and Monster Kody. And I know some of the viewers may scratch their heads and say, well, how is this relevant to the Mexican Mafia? How is this even a thing that Rene can comment on? But a lot of people don't know that Monster Kody was my next door neighbor at Pelican Bay, D6. It's this individual, Monster Kody.
That's crazy. They was next door neighbors in the shoe. You know what I'm saying? Pelican Bay.
Actually inspired the book, The Black Hand. He allowed me to read his manuscript when he had just gotten an agreement to get published. And he sparked the idea. I'd always had it in me to want to write a book, but he brought it to fruition, really. It's his encouragement, his words of advice, his sharing his manuscript with me, showed me how it was done. He was my neighbor for quite a while, and we got along quite well. He was a good guy, really down to earth, a little militant in his attitude and mentality, but to me,
Shout out Monster Kody real quick, man. Let me say this. Shout out Monster Kody. Um, Monster Kody had a hand with Rene writing the book, The Black Hand. So shout out Monster Kody, man. I read the autobiography of Monster Kody, autobiography of Monster, the LA gang member. Uh, I was back. I read that book when I was probably like 12, 11. I mean, yeah, I read that book. Man, I used to go to the library to read that book. Man, that's a great book. If you haven't read it, go read that book. It's a good book, man.
like a regular gentleman, and I'd heard about him for years, but never met him personally. But it was at Pelican Bay that I encountered him. He is the genesis of the Black Hand. A lot of people don't know that, but
He the beginning of the Black Hand for the book, at least. You feel me? Monster Kody. You know what I'm saying? From him writing his book, that sparked that idea for Rene to write the Black Hand, the Mexican Mafia, and to write the Black Hand book. So, you know what I'm saying? Black and brown. You know what I'm saying? We run the town.
the God's honest truth, Monster Kody, spawned this book here. It gave me the idea to write it, and I contacted Chris Blatchford. And I've never told that story publicly before, but it is how it went down. But I want you to listen to this conversation between Tupac and Monster Kody. I'm going to run that now.
Uncles and all of the men in the community, they do security. Right. Get their respect back for the kids and everything. Then we had the FOI come out. We had the deacons from the church. They do security.
The deeper voice is Tupac Shakur. He's the one talking about the deacons and the people providing security. The other voice is Monster Kody.
We just play football, baseball, get that community spirit going again. And then on the weekends, we have block parties. All right. Every rapper got to get up. Every rapper, nigga, if you got a record out, you got to get up for us. You got to come to a free show for the hood.
That's real.
And it's like a little tour. So we do that.
Real quick, I want y'all to listen to this, though. Listen to this. If you a gang member or anything in that sort of nature, listen to this and comment. Tell me what y'all think about this conversation, because it's very intriguing to me.
All the communities got together. I'm talking to Al Sharpton about this, some other motherfuckers with some power. And then when we do that, we register the voters. And if we can register them for Democrats, Republican or Independent. Once we register the voters, we have power. Then we start going up to the mayors of these cities and telling them, look, we got this many voters in this city. We want you to do this. We want a community center. We start hitting up Nike for the free clothes, the computer store.
You see how Pac mind was for the people, the black people, the movement. You know what I'm saying? Man, we got to get back to that. You got to get back to that, and I like that whole idea of, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. We get community leaders. We go to blocks. We go to different blocks. Hey, man, look. You know what I'm saying. Ain't no violence. We ain't doing this from a certain time to a certain time. You know what I'm saying. After a certain time, then y'all get back to doing what y'all do. But right now, we're gonna do this for the streets. We're gonna do this for the kids. We're gonna do this for the moms, the dads, you know what I'm saying? And we're gonna build. We're gonna build, we're gonna build, we're gonna build. And I love that about this conversation. Let's get back into it.
See, I thought this idea was excellent because the Mexican Mafia just wanted to infiltrate street gangs and create conduits to Mexican Mafia members that were in prison to provide resources. But Widow Shy in one of the past meetings mentioned collaborating with media and community members and getting individuals within the community who had jobs to represent them while the Mexican Mafia would be behind the scenes. Here, Tupac Shakur and Monster Kody are talking about creating something entirely legitimate. There's nothing illicit in what they're saying. I think I want to make that clear right now. That what he's doing is honorable. It's a contribution to the community. He's doing it for the kids and devoting his own efforts into it. On the other hand, the Mexican Mafia took this idea to create an infrastructure in the community, utilizing some of the same concepts. And here you're going to hear them elaborate on it a bit further.
Free computers for each community center. And if they don't, then shit, that's how many people we have in those cities we can regulate. You know what I mean? If we telling the mayor, nigga, if you don't do this, then we ain't gonna do this. If we telling them we can clean up the streets, I'm gonna have all these tough ass supposed to be gangster rappers. We're gonna all get in the van, we're gonna travel. LA gotta be the last place because it's gonna be hardest. But we can do New Jersey, all of that. We're gonna drive to all these drug areas, right? Imagine me, Redman, Tretch, Ice Cube, them type of niggas getting out, going up to the
Imagine that though. Y'all favorite rappers right now. Whatever y'all rappers is right now, the top rappers is right now, going to the local hoods and every hood, you know what I'm saying? Going different places. Hey, look, this we finna do. We finna throw a concert for this. You know what I'm saying? But it's about to be peace. And then we gonna get together. We're gonna bring some of the local block leaders. We're gonna put them together. We're gonna get together. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna take them out to eat. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of Don Perignon and let them know, like, look, man, this is what we trying to do. This is what we trying to build for our people, and let's build it. You know what I'm saying? And this to my brothers. You know what I'm saying? This to my brothers out there. What y'all think about that? To build the peoples up. What y'all think about that? This to my brothers, man. We on one.
Whoever's the main drug dealer on that block, who runs shit? You know, if we get out of a van, be like, what's up, nigga? How y'all doing? What's up? Yo, who the nigga that runs shit? They gonna take us to that nigga. We invite those niggas to dinner. Invite them niggas to some Sean Perignon, steak and lobster, and be like, look, player, we asking you, not telling you, we asking you as a player to a player, can you please give us a pass to have these streets clean from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m., 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Right. Let that be for the kids. Let them niggas be safe during those times. No gunshots, no drug dealers. From 11 p.m. to 6 a.m., y'all can have the streets back. But let us get the streets from these times. Then we can...
That's hard.
See, the aspirations are lofty. They want to stop criminal activity during that specific period. I think that would have been difficult to achieve. Maybe not, considering their star power and the influence they had within their.
I think they star power, both of them, Monster Kody and Tupac. I think it could have been achieved just because of who they were in the streets and who they were in media.
Specific communities. I know for the Mexican Mafia, it wasn't that difficult to quell some of the violence when they put an effort behind it, particularly the stopping of the drive-bys, which didn't really stop, by the way. They just evolved into something different. But there wasn't a distinct reduction in homicides when that occurred. Other homicides were happening, obviously, but there was an effect. So why would it be such a stretch of the imagination to believe that individuals of this influence, of this level of community influence, societal influence, cultural influence, could be just as successful implementing this program that they're talking about here, which is similar to the program. It's similar to the Mexican Mafia's program today, but with the distinction that it's not illicit. It's not criminal activity. This is not for organized crime group. Here they're talking about doing it for the community.
Get these politicians. I talked to Al Sharpton. He said he can get the police to like chill out on those nighttime patrols if niggas can get the streets clean from 6 to 11.
Hey, but and you know what else too though? When I talk to you face to face, I'm gonna drop some shit on you, right? Some other stuff too, right? But yeah, that's that, man. You know, I'm with all that, right? And you know, that's my type of work.
Yeah, we need power, man.
I'm telling you, hey, dig it, man. You know,
Hey, I'm telling you.
we got power, man.
Yeah, we need power. Power is numbers, and
Yeah.
it's like we
think,
rappers,
you know,
man. Why we don't have it? We got the juice. We just ain't doing nothing with it.
It's because it ain't collectivized. I tell you what. Did you see these cats in Chicago? I think they was GDs.
Yeah.
They put people in the street.
I know they
Like
be looking out for me when I come out there.
And they be running. They be running people on the ticket like for council.
I know they got them. This dude, what's his name?
You see how the GDs had it back in the day? I don't think they got it like this, but bro, they don't play. Them GDs wasn't playing, man. They getting all events. They going at the politicians. Hey, look, man, we not playing. You know what I'm saying? We need to get back like that.
Some nigga they just had out there, but he lost.
Yeah,
But
Gator.
He came close. Gator,
Yeah,
he came close though.
Yeah, them some good cats too, man.
I went out there, they be looking out for me, but they be gang so like the one set want me to be down with them, and
Yeah.
the Blackstones want me to be with them,
Yeah.
GDs be with them, but yeah, I had to run in with them in Milwaukee because that was when that little kid died, Yummy Sandifer.
Yeah, I heard you sent a shout out to him.
Hey, y'all remember that back in the day in Milwaukee, Yummy Sanders? Y'all remember that, man? I was probably too young for that, but y'all remember that?
I did a show
In the
that
comments.
next day after they just killed that kid.
Yeah.
Because you heard what happened, right?
Yeah, they executed him.
Right, they executed him, and I was out there when I did the show. The gang was in the fucking audience. The whole gang had like bought out the stadium.
Damn.
So I'm rapping to the niggas that just killed this little kid,
Oh.
and they all screaming out "Thug Life," and I felt bad. Like, wait a minute, they got it twisted.
Yeah.
So I
How does this not parallel with the Mexican Mafia? When the Mexican Mafia hears about a kid being killed, there's outrage in the community, particularly the Hispanic gang subculture, the Hispanic gang community, and the prison gang community. There's outrage, and what do? They target those individuals, right? Here, you hear the same outrage from individuals of similar stature. Obviously, Tupac Shakur was not a gangster, not a mobster, but Monster Kody was an A-Trade gangster. I mean, he was with the business.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you hear that from them. They're taken aback by people killing children. I don't think there's any gangster that I've ever known that was in accord with that from any ethnicity. Not the whites, not the blacks, not the others. And others encompasses anything other than white, black, and Hispanic.
Let me say this too, man, because that's the big misconception, bro. Because I respect what he said, because gang members, gangsters, whatever the case may be, it's an outcry for children, and it's a misconception for black. Because I think a lot of people think that black people and how we run, it's just a free for all. Like, oh, if that happens to a little girl, and we don't do this, we don't check paperwork, or we don't get no. It's a hierarchy. It's certain things you can't do within the race, or whether you're a blood, a crip, or a black. There's certain things you can't do with ain't no tolerating ours. We don't tolerate that. If we find out, it's a wrap. It's a ya stuvo. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Basura. It's over with. It's over with. We're not playing. That's the thing. It's the difference between us and Southsiders will be this. They have a hierarchy as far as anybody that's from another hood can be a hierarchy, right? But anybody from another hood has to listen. With blacks, it's like my homie, or if you a gangster, or if you part of the gangster card, and you an OG, you got some say so. you do got some say so. I'm gonna look up to my OG, you feel me, because it's repercussions behind my actions of what I do. You feel me? That's how black people run. It's still repercussions behind your actions. You feel me? You can't go out killing little kids. You can't go out doing R's on kids. That does not work. That does not work with us. And you feel me? If we find out, you getting thrashed. You feel me? But for us, if you a Damu trying to tell me what to do, you can't. That's how we look at certain things. No, man. You feel me? You can't, cause you from another gang. How you gonna tell me something? You a Damu from over there? Are you a neighborhood? Are you this? Are you that? Or if I'm a blood, how you a Crip trying to tell me what to do? I think that's the difference. When that's the difference, it's like you with us and then the Hispanics is if I tell you something, no matter if I'm a Crip, but let's just say that Hispanics were Crips and Bloods. It don't matter. It don't matter if I'm a Crip blood. If I say this is how it's going to go, this is how it's going to go. That's how their hierarchy works. You feel me? Our hierarchy and our system, it works a little bit different. It works different, but I wanna dispel that misconception that we just allow, like, black people just allow just a free for all. We just allow all type of bull. We allow all type of snitches. We allow all type of weirdo stuff to go down. That's far from the truth. You know what I'm saying? If you come in here and being on bunk, we gonna get you out on bunk. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted just to say that real quick. Let's get back to it. Oh, let me know what y'all think in the comments though. What I'm saying and how y'all feel about it. Get in the comments. Oh, like, comment, subscribe.
In accordance with CDC policy, right? But I've never heard anybody be in accord with killing children.
Me neither.
Start cursing them niggas out like y'all niggas is cowards. Y'all niggas cowards. Y'all killed that kid. Y'all niggas is punks, man. I hate all you niggas. I hurt all you. Them niggas start throwing shit. We had out in the stadium. Damn. It was tough, man. The whole gang tore up the whole neighborhood. But then I started getting letters from that area where all, like, the mothers, the girls was right. He like, thank you for doing that because everybody's scared of these niggas. See, that's what I want to do.
That's right.
I wonder if these gang niggas ain't going to get straight, then I want to take them out the gang.
That's real.
Because if they don't, it's making trouble on us.
Yeah, because if you ain't part of the solution, then you part of the problem.
No doubt.
Therefore, you gonna be trying to whack us anyway.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? So shit, you know, business as usual.
That's how I feel.
But just for the forces of good, man. You know, I'm with all that. You know, anytime, anything I can do, brother. You know, that's what I'm about, man. I've always been less of a talker, more of a doer. And you know, I mean, you know, that's just my style, man.
Yeah, no doubt. You talk to Bone?
Yeah, in fact, me and Bones,
He's finna do something too.
yeah, Bones doing, when they shoot the movie, Bones doing a documentary called The Making of Monster, right?
Oh, he is.
Yeah, and he's also doing another documentary, man, about
gangbangers.
Yeah, about street organizations.
Yeah.
Some old footage from the Panthers.
Yeah.
And you know, the shit is fat, man. How's Mom's doing?
So you hear Monster Kody talking about, you know, who he is. He wasn't an outspoken person, right? He was calm. He was collected. He was a very respectful individual. Unfortunately, he was discovered in 2021 deceased in a homeless encampment. It was determined that he met his demise through natural causes. I mean, there was a lot of speculation that there was some
Rest in peace, Monster Kody, man.
doing that he had overdosed on fentanyl, and I mean, you know the internet, folks. You know what social media people come up with their conspiracy theories, but he died of natural causes. But it's a really sad ending for him, and particularly Tupac as well, who was murdered in Las Vegas. We all know about that and what happened. And this is obviously not my lane, but because I knew Monster Kody and because this topic parallels so well with what the Mexican Mafia did, I thought that, I mean, it would give people a different perspective on these gentlemen, right? And what they did and what they were doing and what they were attempting to achieve. So we're going to run a little bit more audio now.
Good. See, we just had a show in Vegas. Did she? We had a big-ass show in Vegas, me and the dog, because I'm on death row now.
Yeah, hey, man, congratulations.
Thanks.
You happy over there?
Yeah, that's all right so far. So, let me tell you. Hold on one second.
All right.
See, during this conversation, Tupac Shakur is receiving multiple phone calls, so he'll be leaving frequently in this conversation.
Hello?
Yeah.
Sorry, that was my lawyer.
Yeah. Hey, what's up with the case, though?
Shit, it's going crazy now. Damn, hold on one second, please.
All right.
There's another call.
But the girl that did this rape shit, She hooked up with the niggas that shot me.
Oh, is that right?
All connected.
Hey, I never knew that. Y'all get in comments. Y'all knew that the girl that accused him of the R knew was in cahoots with the dudes that shot Pop. You feel me? Y'all remember that? If y'all was around in the 90s, y'all remember that. Man, y'all get in the comments. Y'all let me know if y'all knew that, man.
Plan. I just caught it like at the end, and that's why they shot me.
Man, hey man, you gotta stay up, man. When you step through that way, man, you gotta be on point.
I ain't going through there no more. If I do, I'm going with 100 motherfuckers.
Yeah, I'll be one of them.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
We can't be having you not here. You know what I'm saying?
I know that's what killed me, but you know what? You know what it was? Here's my problem. Just like I'm feeling you, what you saying. I always, because I'm where my mom raised me, the way the movement is, they fucked my head up in a way. See, like you could be movement orientated, but you got the gangbang shit first in your mind.
Right.
My shit, the gangbang shit comes second to me.
Right.
And now I'm trying to make it come first because that movement shit will fuck you up. Movement.
So I never knew that Tupac Shakur was a gang member. He said it right here that
I wouldn't consider him as a gang member though. He's more of a he went with a lot of the Pyro dudes, the mob Pyro dudes in Compton, if I'm not mistaken. But he was more of a affiliate, if you ask me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm more of an affiliate type of dude that, you know what I'm saying? Like, if anything, if he was to get put on somewhere, it'd be with the Pyros. But he was more like affiliate. Like a gang member is different to me. A gang member is a person that got put on the hood and got to doing what he got to doing. You know the whole gang member stuff. Pac, he was more of a artist. You know what I'm saying? They had him around for the bread and things of that nature. And so I wouldn't consider him as a gang member though.
the gang mentality he wanted it to come first in his mentality because he was thinking about the movement first, and apparently it distracted him. But it's a really interesting conversation they're having here. You're seeing two progressive thinkers thinking on their feet, coming up with concepts to organize a community and create a political action committee or create a block of voters that they could then use to go to politicians and then utilize that as a big bat. It's a smart tactic. I mean, if you look at it from this perspective, it's smart.
It got me loving every brother.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Therefore, you let everybody get next to you,
right?
And everybody got a chance to whack you.
I'm there for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Niggas need money, a job, I'm with you. But niggas be coming to me with guns on. Niggas be hugging me with texts on. You know what I mean?
But dig this though. You know what? The thing is, man, we got to be individuals too inside the movement and whatever we're involved in, right? Mm-hmm. We got to be able to differentiate between cats that are firm and cats that ain't firm. And sometimes it takes some kind of a test, right? Mm-hmm. You know, but when we talking about, for instance, me, man, you know, I am who I am. I survived through what I survived through by being intelligent, by not allowing cats to outsmart me, put me in precarious position where I can get whacked, right? Mm-hmm. So I choose my friends very, very carefully. And I understand there's layers and layers of friends. You see, there's some I hold close to the body, man, like a vest, and there's others I hold at arm's distance, and some I just look at, and some I don't even fuck with, right? But the circle is small, but the ones that are in there, I believe are trustworthy, right? For instance, you and I have been primarily through the same shit, man, in our lives.
Oh, God.
You know what I'm saying? And we're like 10 years apart almost. So it's like,
dang,
you and I share a common,
like
almost common destiny. You know, what you grew up in is what I came around to. You see what I'm saying? Like you pointed out that the banging shit was first with me, and then the movement. With you, the movement was first, and then the banging came second.
Yes, that's the ill shit.
I'm getting around to where you grew up at.
And I'm getting around to where you grew up
at. You see, so who else better? You see who can get along than you and I,
no doubt.
And watch each other's back. Because you
doubt.
Want it, I want it.
No doubt.
Together, but you know what I mean?
I believe that the movement that they're talking about is that they're both Muslims, that they both embraced Islam. I remember talking to Monster Kody about this. And I remember...
I don't know if they both Muslims, though. Shout out to the Muslims, though. Ramadan Mubarak. It's definitely Ramadan. So Ramadan Mubarak. May peace be among you all. No, because Monster Kody was part of the New African Independence Movement. He was part of that movement. That movement started in 1968. That movement started in 1968. Basically for the independence of black people. You know what I'm saying? For the U.S. oppressing black people, they was trying to stop that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that was. You know, that's what they was on that type of movement. You know what I'm saying? The movement of black people having their own, you know, their own government, their own this, their own that. Uh, you know, that whole Black Wall Street type of ordeal. You know what I'm saying? To bring that back. But yeah, get in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about that, the new African independence movement.
Distinctly about Monster Kody. He would send me his manuscripts and his writings for me to read, and there was one word that he despised, and that was understand. Understand. He thought that it was diminutive. That he overstood everything, and he had this whole dialogue that he explained about.
We don't understand, we overstand. All right, remember that, guys.
Understand that it put them beneath, that it was kind of subjugated the individual into the word, right? And I thought at the time that he was radical. I said, this guy's pretty radical. But you know, in his own mind, he made sense. This is a really intense conversation between the two, coming up with a great concept. Unfortunately, it never came to fruition because obviously Tupac Shakur met his demise.
Man, you got the courage of a gunfighter. When I read that shit, what happened when Dream Hampton wrote that piece down there with the pigs, right?
Yeah.
I was like, it's my boy, man.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
See, that's another problem. I'm helping another nigga. Nigga, I don't even know.
Yeah.
Nigga in the middle of the street getting beat up. I'm helping him. He run off and don't even help me.
Yeah.
Man,
Fuck that, man.
These niggas just shot me. Like, when the white cats pulled the gun on me, I was prepared. You know what I mean? I can react. When a nigga pulled the gun on me, I like froze up. Like, oh shit, a nigga gonna kill me?
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, you know what we should do, Pop?
like, oh snap, another nigga gonna kill me. That's what you gotta be thinking in your head. Like, damn, another dude that look like me gonna kill me.
I'm telling you, me and you should sit down, right? And we should do a book on you, man.
Yeah?
You know what I'm talking about?
I'm gonna try to do that.
Check it out, man. A straight up autobiography or something like that, based on your life, like Malcolm had sat down with Alex Haley. I'm telling you, man, because the shit that you've been through and I've been through, just like my book, man, I had to document that shit.
Hey, your book is on everything, homie. I'm not just saying this. Your shit is a classic.
I'm telling you.
Yo, it's niggas, when I was up in that jailhouse, niggas who hated West Side, they don't like nothing.
The book they're speaking of is Monster Kody's autobiography titled "They Call Me Monster." I read the book. I read the manuscript before it was published, and it's an awesome book. I mean, it's an interesting tale, and one would think that a Mexican Mafia member would not want to read the autobiography of a eight-tray Crip member, but I found it fascinating. And like I said in the beginning,
see, we got some fascinating stuff too. The black guys got some fascinating stuff too. Nah, it's all love though.
It's pretty said that Monster Kody is the genesis of the Black Hand. He's the one that put the concept in my head. And I thought, oh, my story is far more interesting than this story. I could get a bestseller too. That's what I thought at the time, right? And he encouraged me. I mean, he really encouraged me. Let me read his manuscript, his book proposal, the whole 9 yards, and he put it out there, you know. And I really appreciated him for that, because he's the one that really was the fire. He lit the fire in me to write a book. And he's talking to Tupac about co-authoring autobiography. I think it would have been awesome had they collaborated on that piece.
Loving you. I had motherfuckers speechless. They was reading, niggas that can't read was reading this shit in one day.
Yeah.
Nobody could put that shit down.
But I'm telling you, hey, but yours would be just as explosive. And I'm telling you, brother, I guarantee you, before we even get through with the book, Hollywood will be on our job.
You know,
I'm telling you, man.
They already want me to do something.
I'm telling you.
I've been holding them back because I can't get the right one. I asked, like, Maya Angelou to help me write an autobiography. She was like, okay. Man, but it's a time thing.
You know what you need? And also, too, you know what you need? Somebody to write it from our level.
Yeah.
To kick the slang, to have that shit right. Maya Angelou might put some perfect English in that motherfucker.
And then gonna come out right.
You know, you and I, we're going to kick the language we kick.
That shit got to be like your shit.
I'm telling you.
Hey, but you know what you got to put me into?
What?
Overstand.
I'm telling you.
Put me into overstand, man.
Said I'm telling you. Okay, listen. Listen, y'all. Listen. Get in the comments what y'all think. Get in the comments what y'all think about understand and overstand. Do he got a
This is the
point?
thing. All right.
Lil Monster tried to do it one time, but I ain't catch it.
Okay, dig it. The word understand, it's a play on one's person, right? For instance, to understand, to stand under, to be below, to be.
There he goes with that militant word.
There he goes.
He told me this at the Bay, and I thought it was hilarious at the time. I said, "This guy's making up his own English," and this is
How is he making up
really,
his own English? That's English. English is English.
I mean, he had a really militant attitude. That was his belief. That's who he was, and here he is breaking it down to Tupac. The same word that he told me at the Bay. He told me about it. He actually sent me a paper on this stuff.
Demeaned. And so when you're under anything, it's hard for you to get a whole view of what's going on above ground. So when you're under, you have a disadvantage. So, or especially when you're standing under someone or under anything, you can't comprehend it, you can't feel it, you can't vibe with it. So I created the word overstand to get up over that shit, to get a vantage point where you're looking down on some shit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a helicopter got a vantage point over us when we have to get in the street and brake.
Right.
They can see us better than the pay car at our level. So
I like that.
With that said, folks, that's the piece today.
All right. We're going to leave it right there. We're going to end it right there, man. And you see, I wanted to say this real quick, that before we end this, man, that to my peoples, you know what I'm saying, to my peoples, my black peoples, we got to do better. We got to do better. We got to get better. We got to stop hating on each other, come together in more fruition. And to my other peoples, I want y'all opinion that's not black. I want y'all opinion. You know why I want y'all opinion? Because from the outside looking in, what do you see that's a problem with the blacks from the outside looking in? Because I asked this question because of course, the piece we just seen and the content we just unraveled. But I asked this question because when I used to be locked up, I used to talk to, Southsiders, and it would be on the low, right? And they used to tell me, like, I've heard like at least 3-4 Southsiders tell me this true story, like, bro, why do y'all like? Because when blacks go to L.A. County Jail, I'm gonna speak on the L.A. County Jail, we at it. If you're an enemigo, what's up? I need that. I need that. I need that. Hispanics, when they go to jail, is ain't you can't just get down with your enemy. It ain't no just get off on them. You know what I'm saying? So the Southsider homies, they used to be like, "Hey, bro, why are y'all like that? Like, you feel me? Like, y'all be getting at each other so much. Like, you feel me? Like, do y'all realize how strong y'all is? You know what I'm saying? So I wanted just to say that because they was even thinking like, bro, y'all strong. But y'all so like against each other, but y'all strong with each other. And they can't fathom it. You feel me? They can't fathom it. And I used to be like, damn, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And in my head, I used to be like, man, that's the enemy. Man, I'm gonna get on him. Even though he looked like me. I'm gonna get on him. What is y'all talking about? Y'all can't get on y'all enemies because y'all gotta listen to somebody, man. I'm about to get no. I think they had a point. So y'all get in the comments. Y'all let me know, man. You already know, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate y'all for being with me on this journey. And I'm going to keep giving y'all some good content. And I'm going to keep kicking my ish. You already know. Blueski, Blueski, Blueski. If you something on the scene, you right here. If you nothing on the scene, you already know where you at. Get out.